One of the toughest things to get in Destiny 2 is high stat armor. As you're playing this game, you'll find that most armor you get tends to be low stat. Things are in the 50s or so. It's actually pretty rare to find armor that drops with a high base stat of 60 or above. In this video, I'm going to focus on what is, in my opinion, the best and the most reliable way of quickly getting high stat armor, and also, too, the best version of that high stat armor. Right now, we are in the Duality dungeon, and we're doing the Master version. Yes, you can just farm the normal version and get high stat armor, but if you're doing the Master version, you're getting the best type of that. And by that, I mean the Artifice Armor. Artifice Armor is much like adept weapons from a raid. You can only get this from the Master version of dungeons, and the reason why this is so good is Artifice Armor has an extra mod slot on the far right. So this allows you to equip an artifact mod for that given armor type. And this is great because it allows you to customize your build much better, and in some cases allow your character to be that much stronger. So a good example of this is my chest piece. Normally, I'd only be able to use an Armor of the Dying Star and a Sniper Resist mod, or having two of these and then foregoing the Sniper Resist. With the Artifice Armor, I can have the best of both worlds. I have two of these, and I have my Sniper Resist. I could throw in a Concussive Dampener if I want. So you can see here that this armor is not only high stat, but it also has that extra mod slot, and that makes your character that much stronger. If you couple this with having a high resilience and classy restoration, it makes it difficult to be killed when you're using this armor. So this is the best armor you can get. It's high stat, it has the extra mod slot. Let's focus on getting the encounter done. Right now we are in the Duality dungeon and we're doing the Galron encounter. I do want to point out that this encounter only drops the helmet, the gauntlets, and the boots. If you want the chest piece or the class item, you have to do the second or third encounter. But this encounter is very easy, it's easy to get to, and it's pretty easy to get done. It's not much different than the normal version. Yes, we are on the Master version and there are champions and there's match game and what have you, but overall this is not that much more difficult than doing the normal version. In terms of our loadout right now, we have myself with Tractor Cannon. I'm on Blade Barrage. You want to make sure you have Class 2 Restoration, so being on your Solar subclass will be really key right now. As long as you have Class 2 Restoration, you should be able to survive most things in this. But I'm on Tractor Cannon. I'll use Blade Barrage. I'm going to debuff the final boss. My two teammates here, we have Los and we have Doughboy. They're using the Lament swords, so a sword loadout is pretty good. If you don't have Lament, you can use Falling Guillotine, but for the most part, this encounter plays out pretty similar to how it does in normal, with the only exception being the match game and the champions. So I'm going to go ahead here and rally. We're going to do this encounter in its entirety. Make sure you have Tractor Cannon for one of your characters. Make sure you have Void weapons to take out the flamethrower guys. Other than that, though, this encounter is pretty much straightforward, and with any luck, you'll get some good drops here at the end. So we're going to start this thing out and play as we normally would. So the key thing here is if you're on your Hunter, make sure you're dodging. If you're on your Titan or your Warlock, make sure that you're constantly using your Class 2 Restoration. That's the most important thing here, is always have that active. So I'm going to go ahead here and take this guy out. I do have a Fusion Rifle equipped right now, so I can use that if I need to. But I have the Stun right now, and I'm looking here as well. I think there's one more guy inside here. So we're doing this 2 flags at a time. If you want to be extra careful, you can just grab one, but we're going to grab 2 at a time and try to maximize as much damage as we can. You should be able to reliably 2 or 3 phase this. So again, the biggest difference right now is the fact that inside these rooms, the champion spawns in there, he's unstoppable. And these guys have Void Shields, and that is match game, so this is why having Tractor Cannon is nice. If I wasn't using Tractor Cannon, if I was using a sword and my teammate was using Tractor, I would probably have something like the other Fusion Rifle, I'm forgetting the name, Null Composure. I would probably have that equipped. But anything Void will take them out pretty quick. I think Los, he is using a Glaive, so using a Void Glaive can work as well. You can actually avoid this guy if you want, but it's probably easier if you're with a team to just take him out. I've seen people who do this solo who just ignore the champions completely. So now we're inside of rooms. If you've done this normal version, it's pretty much the exact same. There's not a big difference here. These guys do have a bit more health, but once you get the Nightmare buff, you can pretty much one-shot these guys with the fusion rifle. From this encounter, you can also get the Epicurean fusion rifle and the Lingering Dread grenade launcher. Both of those are decent weapons. The grenade launcher is pretty good. So I'm gonna debuff this guy, and now my teammates, they're using the swords here, so I'm just going to tractor this guy and do a little bit of damage here if I can. Make sure I use my Classic Restoration. And as long as I'm debuffing him, my teammates should be okay. Well, I gotta make sure I'm using my Classic Restoration. So these guys are gonna keep doing damage, I think. Oh nope, we're gonna leave. You can sacrifice things and have one person leave. On Master, it's a little more risky, but that was actually great damage there. So again, with one tractor cannon, 2 laments, maybe a wall of radiance as well, you can do a lot of damage here, and it's not that much more difficult than doing the normal version. Alright, this guy dropped heavy. The one thing I'll say too is I do have my fusion rifle I have right now. It has lead from gold, so that way I can have a shotgun ammo finder, and basically anytime I find heavy, I'm also finding special too. I would recommend, until you get the Artifice Armor for your chest piece as well, make sure you have sniper resist on, because these guys are pretty deadly with the snipes in this encounter. The other thing too is you can survive most things here as long as you have restoration times 2, but you can still get killed. Like if both of the flamethrower guys hit you at the same time, that can one-shot you even with restoration and 100 resilience. So you want to make sure that for those guys you get to jump on them before they hit you. Okay, I did not grab a flag, so hopefully Doughboy did. I don't think Doughboy grabbed one. Okay, well that may have been a mistake. We may have to go back in and grab one more. Unless Los here grabbed the other one. Oh, he did. This guy grabbed both of them. He's nuts. You know, I don't have a stun here. Okay. So we can go inside here. We'll teleport in. And again, this is relatively chill. I'd recommend being at least 1581 for this. That way the enemies don't have swords next to their names. I think Los is ready. But if you're 1581, the enemies don't have swords. And you take less damage and you do a bit more damage, as long as you're above that threshold. And right now, we can pretty much ignore the flamethrower guys if we wanted to, because we know we have enough time to take these guys out. So we'll just casually do damage here. And with any luck, we'll get an armor piece here at the very end. If this was helpful, guys, please hit the like button. It makes a big difference. And thank you guys so much for watching. we got that encounter done relatively quickly. And we got the Epicurean. So unfortunately, I did not get an armor piece. I got the weapon. This does have 3 chances for weapons, or I'm sorry, 3 chances for armor, 2 chances for weapons. I recommend saving this checkpoint, and then you can just easily fly back in and keep farming it over and over again. Make sure you have the right mod on your ghosts. In this case, I'm going for resilience armor, so I have that. But before the end of the season, I want to try to even get maybe a discipline armor set and a recovery armor set, so you can easily farm this over and over again. Loot keeps dropping. This is, in my opinion, the best way of getting it. You can't get the chest piece or the gauntlets. Those are from the 2nd and 3rd encounter. If you guys want, let me know. I'll make a video for those too. But I hope this was helpful, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch up soon. See you guys.